We're going to talk about the 5 steps to having hard conversations and how this can help you with your organization. The first step to having a hard conversation is just getting it out. Now, I'm going to give you a phrase and I hope you remember this. Honesty without compassion is cruelty. Compassion does not necessarily mean that you're a doormat and let people walk all over you, but it does mean that you're considerate and you're respectful while you're saying the honest things, and that can be hard. The second piece of this is perspective. If you can understand the perspective of the person that you're talking to and dealing with, that will go a long way. You may not necessarily agree, and they may be 100% wrong, but understanding their perspective, how they are thinking about something and how they are approaching something will go a long ways into finding a solution. Remember, every day you carry around a suitcase with you filled with your emotions and previous experiences, and so does everybody else. That's the hard part. So sometimes when you're dealing with somebody, you might not be dealing with the issue at hand. You might be dealing with one of their past experiences that they've had that is coming up because of this issue that you're dealing with. So tread on those lightly because you never know what somebody may have been thinking about or dealing with prior to engaging with you in this conversation. But that doesn't mean you shrink back from the conversation. You still move forward, have the conversation, but adopt their perspective so that you can relate to them. And if they feel that you're listening and relating to them, that's the first step in finding a solution to your issue. The second part is to take responsibility for your actions. Now, I want you to think back to when you've had somebody in a position of leadership over you, and they've done something wrong, and they've known they've done something wrong, but they never admitted it. What does that do? It embitters you to them a little bit. And if that consistently goes on over time, then every day you're a little bit more embittered. And then finally you're just like, I don't even respect this person anymore. I don't even want to hear anything they have to say. Now I want you to find an example in your life of the opposite, where you've had a leader in position of authority over you and they have admitted that they've been wrong and they've made it right. What does that do for your relationship? You're like, man, they screwed up, but they made it right. And you usually find a lot more respect for that person. Not only do you find respect for that person, but you want to work with them and you want to work hard for them. Now that's a different perspective for you to think about. Now think about if you did that for your direct reports, in your organization, in your business, or for your kids, whatever perspective you're taking this from. That is hugely powerful. So if you go to your employees and say, look, I know I've messed up, but I'm going to be a better leader because you can't do the best to your ability if I don't do the best to my ability. And I'm going to be a better leader for you so we can all do better. That is a huge step in finding a solution to whatever issue you're dealing with. This is arguably the hardest step, and that is to remove your emotions from the situation. That's incredibly hard because hard conversations are emotional. Some people get angry and they raise their voices. Some people get more fearful and they start to cry. And you may be on the giving or receiving end of either one of those emotions. But if you can emotionally detach a little bit and just step back, remembering that perspective that we talked about in step number 1, you can start to see things from their side. And if you can remove yourself emotionally, you are also going to be setting a precedent and an expectation for future conversations that are going to be respectfully had. So think about this. You're their leader. They might not know how to successfully navigate a hard situation or a hard conversation like this. So whether it's your direct reports, people in your organization, your kids, you are leading and guiding them through this difficult situation. And they're going to look to you for leadership. Don't take that lightly. This is your opportunity to teach and train someone to come up underneath you and do things the way that you want them to do the right way. Not in an emotional way, but the right way. They're going to look to you for leadership and guidance as they come through this. And think about that. You have an opportunity to teach and guide someone how to successfully navigate a difficult situation. That's not just making a solution for yourself, that's teaching them a life skill that may come back to your benefit in the future. In this step, we are going to stick to the facts and just the facts. It is easy to get sucked into emotional arguments or excuses or accusations, but you need to just stick to the facts. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you have an employee who is not getting assigned tasks done. Well, that's a problem and you need to address it. So you go to that person and you're talking to them about, hey, how come this didn't get done? This really needed to get done today. Oh, well, we had a customer come in and then I had to take a phone call and then we had another customer and the day just got away from me. Well, that's easy to explain away, but we have to go back to the facts. Okay, well, we still need to get this job done. So what support do you need from me in order to complete this? See how I'm going right back to the facts? Oh, well, I don't need any support. Well, we had this customer come in and see how we're diverting again? No. Okay, so how do I help you and support you so that you get this task done? Oh, well, I guess I don't really need anything. Okay, when can you have this task completed? I guess I could probably have it done by 3 o'clock. Great, I'll call you at 3:30 to make sure that you have it done. And if you need anything from me, feel free to reach out and I will give you all the support that you need. Do you see how I just keep going right back to the facts? Back to the facts, back to the facts. And that's what you need to do as a leader. Don't let your people get away from what they're supposed to get done, but you just stay the course and stay on the facts. Step 5, stick to your mission. Your mission will guide everything that you do, whether it's in your organization, your business, or even your family. I have some military friends, and they would often use the phrase, mission dictates gear. And I said, well, what's that mean? And they said, well, whatever mission we were going on would dictate the gear that we would bring with us. So if we're going on a mission in Alaska in January, we had to have cold weather clothing, things to keep us warm, and certain gear that could operate in cold weather conditions. Now that makes sense. As a business leader, as a leader of an organization, or the leader of your family, the same is true. You will have certain tools that you will need to successfully navigate hard conversations and the mission, whatever it is, to get to the end result successfully. So don't neglect those things. Sometimes a hard conversation is a tool to help you get to the end goal or end result of your mission and vision. Take that and do those things because that is mission critical gear. So whatever it is that you need, think about that first. What things do I need to end this hard conversation successfully? Do I need to script it out? Do I need to practice it with somebody because I'm not good at it and I get emotional? Okay, then do those things. Whatever they need to be, do those things. Remember, your mission drives everything. If your mission is to do something successfully in your community, then everything that you do lines up with that mission. Make sure you verbalize these things with your employees as well. They need to hear you talk about the mission and vision frequently so that they can start to say, oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing this so that we get over there. That's exactly the point. So they understand why it is that they're doing what they're doing and you're doing what you're doing. Remember, you can help train somebody to navigate these hard conversations and life situations successfully, but you have to model it for them, not just once, not just twice, but consistently as you are in relationship with them. Part of my mission is to help leaders like you successfully navigate hard conversations so that you don't get burned out. I want to see leaders successful in all that they do. And leadership is everything. You see it in every aspect of life, whether it's your business, organization, church, family, even going to the grocery store. You have to have leadership and have a mission to accomplish, because otherwise you wind up with a cart full of Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. So make sure that leadership and your mission and vision is always at the forefront of your mind. If you can do so successfully, you can navigate just about anything. Please drop a comment below and let me know if this has helped you, and I can produce more content like this and help you successfully lead your businesses and organizations.